Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Areas of rain and the potential for flash flooding forecast throughout the south central U.S. over the next few days. Above average temperatures continue in the west. Critical fire weather for parts of the central Great Basin and northern plains. Closer to home, a drying and warming trend continues. High temperatures will creep higher every day through Thursday. The high temperature for Friday into the weekend will run very near seasonal averages. We'll see drier weather through Thursday with just a slight chance of showers on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the mountains. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. As a reminder, due to the holiday, garbage collection schedules have been adjusted. On Thursday night, the Alamogordo Police Department was alerted to a vehicle pursuit initiated by the New Mexico State Police entering the town. Officers were informed that the vehicle had stopped at the White Sands Mall parking lot. This was the ending of a chase that began hours prior in Las Cruces when 41-year-old Wallace Gonzalez was stopped by NMSP and then threatened the officer while displaying weapons on his dash. Alamogordo Police Department officers responded to assist the New Mexico State Police in securing the scene and evacuating stores. After 3 hours of holding up in his car, Gonzalez and a Las Cruces Police Department SWAT officer exchanged gunfire. As officers approached the truck, Gonzalez was found unresponsive with an apparent gunshot wound. He also had a firearm in each hand. Paramedics rendered aid, but Gonzalez succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased on scene by the Office of the Medical Investigator. No officers were injured during the incident. New Mexico State Police is not identifying the Las Cruces Police Department SWAT officer at this time. The shooting is still under investigation by the New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau. On Friday, around 11:30 in the morning, the Alamogordo Police Department responded to a call at the Alamogordo High School regarding a student who was overheard stating he had a gun. The investigation confirmed that the student did make the statement. However, no firearms or contraband were discovered. The student is being referred to juvenile probation for bomb scares and shooting threats, which are, of course, unlawful. The Albuquerque Journal has published the name of the Otero County Sheriff's Deputy, Jacob Diaz Austin, as under investigation for the shooting of 17-year-old Elijah Hadley. The 2nd Judicial District Attorney's Office says they have the case and are in process of reviewing it. Currently, Diaz Austin has been placed on administrative leave. The New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau agents worked independently to determine the series of events leading to the shooting, including collecting evidence and conducting interviews. Throughout the process, investigative findings are shared with the district attorney for review. The New Mexico State Police acts solely as a fact finder in officer-involved shootings and does not determine whether an officer's actions were justified. That decision rests with the district attorney's office. This incident is now in the hands of the 2nd Judicial District Attorney's Office. Kitty City will be at the mall this Saturday along with Animal Control.
Come to the White Sands Mall Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control will have both cats and dogs available for adoption.
Kathy Denton from Kitty City. The Kitty City, New Mexico Facebook page has details. The website has profiles of available cats. A big rummage sale is coming up next week in Chaparral. We heard from our good friend, Robert Gable.
Blended Nation Fellowship Church, we're having our big rummage sale. By donation, we're going to be doing a fundraiser. So we're asking if people would please bring over any items that they want to donate to the church for selling.
So those donations can be donated on September 6th and 7th only. Please, no closed donations. The event's happening on Friday and Saturday, September 6th and 7th, from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. at Blended Nation Fellowship Church, 498 McCombs Road in Chaparral. You're invited to the Montanza, happening Saturday, September 7th, from noon to dusk at Casa de Flores y Martinez in Tularosa. That's at 96 Bridal Falls Lane. Our good friend, Pastor Jerry Martinez, told us all about it.
You go down Highway 70 up to mile marker 232 east of Tularosa, and you follow the flags that are at the streets at Bridal Falls Lane to the end of the road. So come and enjoy live music, the Mariachi Aguilas, the dance band Cactus Soul. The Mariachi Aguilas are a very good mariachi band, And the dance band, Cactus Soul, is a great band to dance to. There's going to be a golfing tournament as well.
If you have any questions, it's 575-937-1278. The Alamo Senior Center is presenting Health Fair 2024 on September 12th from 9 until 1. There's going to be over 30 vendors on hand, and admission is free. This is open to the public. Health and community information right at your fingertips. Great news from Animal Village NM. You can once again get your dog or cat spayed or neutered for just $65. Sonny Aris told us all about it.
In Otero County, that is Paw in Hand on Cuba near Albertsons. In Lincoln County, that is Ruidoso Animal Clinic. The vet will schedule your surgery for you after you have the paperwork from Animal Village NM. Then you'll get your pet spayed or neutered for just $65 instead of hundreds of dollars.
AnimalVillageNM.org for details. LULAC presents a conference on civil rights and social justice in October. We heard from Stan Hernandez.
The LULAC Conference on Civil Rights and Social Justice will take place on October the 12th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the NMSU Tay Center. That's New Mexico State University and Alamogordo. Special guests are Tom Saines, President and Lead Counsel for MALDAF, the Mexican-American Legal Defense and Education Fund, who will deliver the keynote.
Again, that's on Columbus Day 2024. Send an email to get more information. OteroCountyLULAC@gmail.com. Invitations will be sent via email and RSVPs are required. You can hear the commentary in full on our YouTube channel.
Hey, this is Pastor Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. Just something to think about, a little sunshine to put in your pockets. Where is the love? In a world consumed by hate and division, where lies and conspiracy thrive, it is easy to become desensitized to the suffering of our neighbors. Compassion and empathy have been overshadowed by fear and animosity, becoming viewed as weaknesses instead of strengths. But we cannot continue down this destructive path. We must make a conscious effort to break down these walls of hostility and rebuild the bridges of love and understanding. It starts with simple acts of kindness, with taking the time to listen to one another's perspective and needs. It starts with reaching out a helping hand to those in need, regardless of differences. Hate may tear us apart, but love has the power to unite us. We must choose love over hate, compassion over indifference. Let us work together to create a brighter future for all, where empathy and understanding reign supreme. It is up to us to make a difference, to build a better tomorrow for ourselves and for generations to come. Let love be our guiding light in a world that so desperately needs it. This is Pastor Walker with Crazy Radio. We'll see you again next Tuesday. Be blessed.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it comes to the right car seat for your child's age and size, don't just think. No. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
A woman who Albuquerque police said is a serial armed robber is taking a plea deal and having more than 30 charges dropped against her. In September of last year, security footage captured the moments that Cleo Barella robbed a fast food establishment at gunpoint. A few weeks prior, Barella robbed another fast food restaurant. Last year, Barella was connected to at least 20 other robberies across the Albuquerque metro. Albuquerque Police Commander Kenneth Johnston spoke with KRQE back in 2023.
There has been a string of robberies that have occurred
usually about 1 to 2 a month, with a person that matches her very description. We have to give everybody their day in court, which is important, but we want to put together the most airtight cases that we can on this individual because she has been causing havoc on our community.
Barella is pleading guilty to 2 counts of armed robbery, but was previously facing more than 15 of those charges among dozens of others. A sentencing hearing is set for next month. The United States Department of the Air Force is investigating the release of thousands of gallons of contaminated water at Cannon Air Force Base. According to the Air Force Base, about 7,000 gallons of water containing per- and polyfluoroalkyl, also called PFAS, were dumped into a lined retention pond on base between July 9th and 15th. The contaminated water ended up in the pond after being removed from emergency vehicles while the Air Force was trying to eliminate legacy PFAS containing aqueous film-forming foam. Officials said leaders were notified of the issue in early August and immediately removed all water from the pond. However, an independent inspector hired to take a look at the pond's liner later found that there were multiple tears in the liner, meaning PFAS could have seeped into the surrounding ground. Base officials said drinking water has not been impacted because any potential contamination of the groundwater was caught by an existing groundwater pump and treatment system. As the investigation continues, the Air Force plans to move all waste containing PFAS to a secure area to be inventoried and properly disposed. The Department of the Air Force plans to update community members at the next PFAS public meeting scheduled for November 12th. The New Mexico state government will again require people to do an interview when applying for and recertifying for SNAP and TANF benefits. Effective yesterday, the New Mexico Health Care Authority now requires all New Mexicans renewing these benefits to complete an interview as part of the recertification process. This comes as the federal government ended a pandemic-era interview waiver for those benefits. New Mexicans receiving SNAP or cash assistance will now have to interview with HCA staff as part of the application process. This will provide additional information that staff will need to issue these benefits. It can also help people connect to additional assistance. Beginning on October 1st, new SNAP and TANF applicants will also need to do an interview to determine eligibility. According to the HCA, they plan to contact people through the mail, email, and text over the next 45 days before the renewal date. They will provide the time and details for the interview. They say you can do the interview over the phone or in person. If you have any questions, please visit yes.state.nm.us or call 800-283-4465. The Food and Drug Administration has approved an updated COVID-19 shot. The shots have become available as New Mexico has seen elevated levels of COVID-19 cases, with students returning to the classroom. The FDA recommends that everyone over the age of 6 months be vaccinated, and some may want to wait until October to keep themselves and others protected during the holiday season. Or, if you're like me, no thanks. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 44 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Carrizozo at Lake Arthur, Mesilla Valley Christian at Hot Springs, Chaparral at Hatch, and Alamogordo heads to silver. Go, Lady Tigers! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting up to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 13. Your high today in the basin, 83, low tonight of 59, high tomorrow, 86 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies, winds gusting up to 15 miles per hour today. Tonight, mostly clear, winds gusting as high as 13. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 13. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 61, low tonight of 42, high tomorrow, 67 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.